Well, this episode we're gonna use. We want to tell you what we use to play at home, what kind of equipment we bought. We didn't spend a whole lot of money getting it, but it's really convenient and it helps us, play a good game of Monopoly money blackjack at home. And Cindy will start describe what we've got.
Okay, the casino that we play in, and probably most of them, start out with 6 decks of cards, standard cards. The ones that we bought have the larger numbers, so we can see them.
So it shows up better on camera when we're playing. The little ones don't show up that well.
The next piece of equipment we have is a card catcher. And that actually came with the shoe. When you buy the shoe, you get the card catcher. This is standard shoe. And additionally, we bought a shuffler. Try to move these out of the way so you can see what I'm...
You can even show how it looks down here. The cards end up down here.
This saves a whole lot of time shuffling. They have them in the casino. They're under the table, but they're basically the same type of deal.
Their shufflers cost around $4,000 or $5,000. Ours was not that expensive.
So now they're ready to be shuffled. Okay, now that's all done.
Pull it so you can show. There you go.
Bring the cards out. Put this out of the way. At the casino, they'll have someone at the table do a cut card.
Yeah, they always get them. They always have the cards cut. If everybody at the table declines to cut, the dealer will cut because they need to be cut. But you have the option of cutting them just like that, just like it. Same way in the casino.
So then they'll move it to where the cut card was. They put the cut card mostly to the back, but they have to leave a certain amount.
At least a deck, maybe a deck and a half. And they'll even go deeper than that if they think somebody at the table is counting cards. Because you can imagine, if you were counting cards and you knew there was last deck and they were all big cards or something, you'd have a pretty good advantage. So they take that away from you by cutting deep into it.
So this is ready now. They'll pull it off. The first card is a burn. And then they'll just start dealing to the customers.
Just like in the casino. And then are we about ready for the money? We bought these chips to play with, and this plastic container just makes it real convenient for us. And what we do, we have these green ones, and they're 25s. So just like in the casino, we use the greens at 25. And if you buy a stack of 25s or whatever, the blacks are hundreds. Just like in the casino, we use these white ones, and these in the casino are usually ones, but for our purposes, we're calling them half of a 25. So it's $12.50 chip. If you get a blackjack and you're only betting $25, you're going to get a 25 for your original bet. Plus the 3 to 2 part gives you a $12.50 chip. So that's what that's the only reason we use the whites, because it's easier than trying to come up with 2 10s and 2 1s and 2 50 cents or whatever. So that's that.
Now we're to this.
No. Money, right?
Okay.
Okay. So what we do, can you put that aside? What we do is play with Monopoly money. And the reason we do that, I mean, when we go to the casino, we play with real money. And it's for keeps. So don't ask for your money back, or don't worry that they're going to ask for you back from you. But we do this to keep track in the long run of how we're doing. And what we do, Cindy's got
This is my money folder, and here we've got, this is the money that I have to be betting with, and we have detail
put
of
it on the table because you can't.
all the times we had to spend money or buy money or put back to the bank for the better.
Yeah, and we always play that you have unlimited credit in the bank, so if you run out of money, you can buy more. But we want to know how our strategies work over time, and this keeps a good long-term running account, and that way we always know. We know all the time where we're at there. And the other thing we came up with was some paperwork, and we'll show you that right now. Okay, so this is our paperwork that we've developed over time so we can keep track of how the games are going. And it's been really helpful for us because as time goes by, we can look back at it and tell kind of how the hands fall and what kind of rhythm the games get into. And I've made rows like between these dark lines for as we're playing. If the dealer wins, we put a stroke on that side, and if the player wins, we put a stroke on the other side. So you can see the first one that you're looking at there is the player won 3 times in a row, 3 hands in a row. And for the most part, when we're playing one hand, just plain old one hand, we use black pen, and it's just skinny. That denotes one hand, win or lose. And we just put them on whatever side of the middle line. If the dealer wins, it's over here. If the player wins, it's over here. If you win 2 in a row, it's 2 lines. If the dealer wins 3 in a row, it's 3 lines. So then, and that's black, that's one hand. Then we figured out we want to know more information, so we started using some color pens, and Cindy will tell you about that.
So the first differentiating color that we're using is red. If a blackjack is dealt, we mark it in red. In this case, the dealer got the blackjack. In this case, the player got the blackjack. The next pen we use is a light green, and that is for when we double. If the dealer has a 6,
or if you have a 10 or 11, you might want to double.
Right. So the dealer or the player actually would double here. In this case, the player won, so we marked it in green on their side, and here's the green on the dealer's side, so they won the double. You lose your money. The next color we have is a dark green. dark green is for when the player
Splits.
whether it splits eights, whatever they do. When they split a hand, that's when we'll mark it in the dark green. Again, if the dealer wins, it's dark green on their side. If the player wins, it's going to be a dark green on the other side. The next pens we use, the way we do it here at home, if you're wanting to change the cards up, at the casino, somebody could sit down or somebody could leave. That's going to change how the cards are played. In this case, we will go to two hands. So you've got one game going here, and then one right next to it is where you go to the second hand. In that case, we have to differentiate between just one hand or playing two hands. So we use the orange color for one of the games, and we use the blue color for the other game.
And you notice she's using two rows. That's because this here is the main one-hand game. And if we decide to play two hands, then we're using this other row for our record keeping. And you can tell, like here, there was two hands, we're playing two hands. This hand won, this hand lost 3 times in a row. And she just uses the blue as just one hand. So that's how that's what the orange and blue is for. It's two separate hands in the same game. And there's a lot of things we've had a chance to learn off of this. For instance, look at how back and forth it goes as you're going through the shoe. And this is common. We have 111 of these pages right now, and that's 111 shoes. Well, no, it's 111 times 3. That's over 300 shoes that we've done, kept records on this way. So we can look back and see how the rhythm of a game goes. And sometimes it goes like this. It's dealer, player, dealer, player, dealer, player. And if, there's a strategy we use if we can tell it's going like that to move it a little bit to our advantage. And then other times it's not the one back and forth. There's a 2, 1, 2, 2, 3 that's going back and forth more. So we use a different strategy for that type of a shoe to try to, you got to catch the rhythm of the game to try to come out a little bit ahead. So this is a odds card, basic strategy chart for blackjack, and you can get them a lot of places. We got ours off of Amazon, of course. What a shock! But they're real helpful to help you make decisions on how to play certain hands. And I always think about it as this: it's not the gospel. It's a suggestion. Because there's things on here that I don't like to play the way they suggest it. But, for just helpful suggestions, you can confer with this to see if, if you have a 5 or a 7 and the dealer has a 2 showing, what should you do? A lot of it's real basic. Some of them are more complicated, like if you have an ace of deuce against a dealer's up card of 4, what do? Do you hit or do you double down? Now, this card tells you to hit, and it's just a suggestion, and it depends on the rhythm of the game how you do like that, how you play it. These cards, you can put them on the table with you when you're playing in the casino. I do all the time. Just for every so often, I want to, check it out and see what it says I should do. The casinos don't mind having them there because they print them. So, there's things that are going to be leaning their way, I think. in some of the plays, and it's not necessarily so, but there's things I don't like to play them the way they show them, and it's a handy item to have on the table. So that covers our equipment, and we just wanted to share that with you, how we got our information that we're going to pass along as we play our games. So thanks for watching.